Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier, and you might be wondering what's all this about. Well, this is a special video series that I do called What's in the Bag. It's not terribly original because other people do this, but basically, I open stuff that I've ordered, and we all have a big chuckle and a grin, and that's it. It's Friday. I will be seeing the film Free Guy, I believe it's called, Ryan Reynolds, who seems to be doing pretty well in life. So let's see what's in this bag. It's a hot day. It's about 90 where I'm at. Okay, so first we see what's in the bag. First off, it's a box, right? So in the bag is a box. And now we might be thinking, gee whiz, it looks exactly like what I've ordered. It's got a warranty seal. It was made in China. And we take it from there. So now but I wish these people weren't talking while I'm trying to do what's in the bag. So now we have this seal. We will pop the seal. We will politely open the box and we'll see what's in the bag. And it's exactly what I was hoping. The timing was right. The Amazon gentleman came just at the right time. Now, I guess I'm in a situation where I can't, it's even got a little card. I can't show you how this is going to work because I need to plug the computer in. And already, you got to keep your eye on the ball with this stuff. What is it, you might be wondering? Gee whiz. It is a ergonomic or ergon, ergonomic, ergonomic. I don't even know if I'm saying this word right. Ergonomic mouse. Now, this is supposed to be good for those of you like myself that are on the computer a lot. I never like those fucking pads that are just on the computer. They're horrible. They're god awful. I can never get anything accomplished with those. I need to be using a mouse. And of course, these mice with these wires. Now you say, "Oh, gee whiz, Mike, just get a mouse with the transistor thing." Well, those transistors always get lost. Those receiver things you stick in your computer, they get lost. Then your battery dies. I don't have time for all that. And it's not like I'm using the mouse 20 yards away from the goddamn computer. So why wouldn't I want to just use a wire? Okay, I'm getting sick of people and Bluetooth. I like wires. I don't understand everyone's need for Bluetooth. I hate Bluetooth. No offense. I like it for some things, but I prefer wires because I just feel more secure in the connection. Look at this wonderful thing. And look at this wonderful mouse. I mean, it's made for larger hands. It's a wired vertical mouse. This was not expensive. This was like 15 bucks. It came in 2 days. Person yesterday at the coffee house said, "Hey, where's your computers?" He was shocked and amazed that I didn't have my computers on me. And I said, I had to take the day off from the computers. My eyes were bothering me, spending so much time on the computer, and I didn't have the mouse yet. So now I've got the mouse. I just feel like using it, and I've got this ergonomic fucking mouse instead of my hand being all fucked up and flat like it's been for 20 years on these goddamn computers. Now it's going to be nice and vertical. It looks very nice. And I think that the key with this is I can't just throw this wonderful mouse into the bag. I have to like keep it in its box and as a protecting device. Like, you know what I mean? A buddy of mine was always such a good electronics guy. He's very proud of like his ability to keep his stuff organized. I've never been like that. But with this, I'm going to try at least to keep this mouse in its box. So a mouse in a box. Now you might be saying, well, gee whiz, how can we know if this thing is going to work? Well, I guess you'll just have to wait. But look at that. It's wonderful. I think it's going to be exciting. It was made for larger hands. Otley is the name of the company, apparently. Otley. They're such a wonderful deal. So now I've got this Ergonomic, and it's just one of those few times when things work out. They get all these questions and queries. I don't have time for this, but one of those situations where I was trying to leave the house. One thing was delaying me after another, and I was just kind of sitting in the driveway and just saying, well, I guess I'm not going to have a very productive computer day because I haven't gotten this mouse yet. When all of a sudden, that wonderful navy blue with white writing truck pulls up, the joyous giver of gifts, of course, purchases. The Amazon guy shows up. It was a guy this time, and he's got his fucking Amazon face on, and he's delivering to me the product that I've ordered, the mouse. And now I can go about my business. And they said that there is like kind of a learning curve for these things, that it takes a day or two to get used to them. Well, I'm willing to put the time in. I'm willing to. I'm. It's a weird fucking note. Read this. This gives you cause to reflect. This note is a little odd. If you can see that. I mean, I'm not so sure how I feel about this. I'll read it to you in case you can't read. Notes: you may see some scratches on bottom foot pad. It exists before shipped from the factory. That is normal. Does not mean the mouse is the used one. Is the used one? If you do not accept it, please contact us for help. Thank you. Okay, so it's just a language barrier. Obviously, whoever wrote this note, there's no scratches that I can see, so I'll take my chances. It's it's English that was not the first language of the writer. That's fine. I'm such a more benevolent guy these days in this post-pandemic era. I'm very forgiving with customer service. I'm very forgiving with fast food restaurants and inadequacies and incompetence. I've become a very nice guy because the world is so horrible right now in many ways. Let's be honest. The world has just gotten to the point where customer service and people's intelligence, the levels of quality have lowered so much so quickly that if you're going to survive and peacefully coexist in this world, you have to lower your standards. That's just the way it is. I mean, we can think about, oh, 2 years ago, blah, 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 and 5 years ago. It's not going to get you through the day. The standards of intelligence have lowered among the masses. People's willingness to take shit is lowered. Uh, Customer service is lowered. And if you want to survive in this world and make something of it, you and I and everyone else, you have to accept that things are not as good as they used to be. That's the hard fucking reality, folks. You know what I mean? Like things are just not as good as they were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. Things have gone to shit. So to keep a smile on your face, you have to accept that. William H. with a nice comment. And folks, you're welcome to comment on these situations. Come on, Mike. You and I both know nice guys finish last. Well, apparently, but what my point, William, is that I'm such a more forgiving guy now. Like many situations, they don't give me the pickles on the hamburger, or I say, please, no ketchup, and they give me ketchup, or whatever it is. I'm such a nice gentleman these days that I don't yell at people. And I just kind of grew up where you could always feel like you could yell at somebody if they fucked you over, if they made a mistake. And I would say yell. It's not like I mean yelling at the top of my lungs, but politely correcting people for uh, their incompetence. And now you realize that these incompetent people are the only people we have left. So, you know what I mean? You just kind of have to accept it with a smile and a grin. And there's that old Blues Traveler lyric, I'll be grateful for whatever the waitress gives me. At this point, we really have no choice. I mean, the choice is to just not be understanding that the world sucks and just try to think it's 1998 or it's 2010 or whatever was good for you, 1972, who knows. But if you just say, you know what, the world, it's in a shitty point right now, and people are just not motivated. And I'm going to be thankful and grateful for whatever type of slight competency I get out of people. If you make that your resolution, you'll get through these things. Give a JJ Dillon who always gets involved to keep Rick the champ. I understand, buddy. It's a pro wrestling reference and a good one. Uh, Apparently, there was this lady, Mid Atlantic Peggy, I understand, passed away recently. Sad story. I did not know her. As a matter of fact, I did not know the legend of Mid Atlantic Peggy, but I did know John Hitchcock and interviewed him, which you can find on Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel as well. Another cheap plug. But yeah, I mean, we all kind of, that's the thing. I always like to think of myself as the Ric Flair of my own life and always looking for that manager or that agent or that advocate or that, someone to do all the hard stuff for me. It doesn't always happen, to be honest with you. And as a creative person, you're always like, well, I'll just wait to be discovered. And then I'll have all these people working for me. The more I go along with these things, the less I want other people working for me, the less I want other involvement. It's always, oh, I need to get some actors, or I need to get this, or I need to get a co-writer. Eventually, you just say, fuck them all. I'll just do it myself. I'll do what I can do on my own and let the world cater to me for a fucking change instead of me always trying to cater to the world. You know what I mean? There's a point, and it's kind of like my friends, my actor friends, you're all excited because New England has got all these movies coming up. But the reality is, I've been through that horse and pony show. They're not going to hire local actors. They're going to give even the day player roles, even the featured extras. They have so many favors. When I say they, I mean these film producers. They have so many favors to give other people that they know. You know what I mean? And so for the local actors who are just counting, like, oh, some movie will come to town, and that'll be my big break because then they'll make me a star. I'm sorry, it doesn't happen that way. You have to do things like Seduction of Distance, my monologue that I did myself. I wrote it myself. I filmed it myself. The audio's from my fucking phone. That's right, Will. You do it yourself. DIY. It's the only way to go. Unless you're born a Barrymore or you're born, what's his face? Liv Tyler. Steven Tyler's daughter gets put into a music video when she's 17. That controversy, if you remember that one. You have to do it yourself. You have to make a star out of yourself. Get yourself over. That's why I do the YouTube channels. It's because I enjoy it. I enjoy the interaction, but a big part of it is I'm trying to get my films somewhere. I'm trying to get myself somewhere in this goddamn world. So if I just sat around and wait for a big movie to come to town and for me to be a part of it, the phone may not ring, quite honestly. No matter how fucking talented I am, no matter how fucking talented you are, the phone just may not ring. And I think so many people wait for that phone to ring when it doesn't. You make the fucking phone call. You figure it out. Blah, 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 blah. So there you have it, folks. It's a Friday afternoon. I will be going to see the film Free Guy in a couple of hours, but I was excited because I've been suffering through a bad mouse for weeks.